There's one thing that defines everyone over the course of these early years of this new century. That thing is the 911 attack. Everyone in government and every field of endeavor the world over is defined by their position on this event. It is not necessary to know the truth. It is only necessary to know the extent of the lies in order to define any leader in any position anywhere in the world. By what they have said and by what they have not said, one can accurately judge who is an enemy of the peoples of the world. One can accurately determine who is a tool of the psychopaths or one of them. Think about what you allow yourself to know. Think about what you pass by, ignore, deny, and defend that defines you. It defines the degree of your personal courage, your relationship to the truth, your values, your principles, and what you will pass on to your children and everyone you meet. It tells you, in that place where your conscience must once have lived, whether you are a hypocrite and a fool, or whether something greater still lives within you. 19 men passed through airport security. 11 of them are stopped and questioned but then allowed to board. Several large passenger planes wind up hijacked and flown at high speed into enormous buildings. None of these men had shown previous capacity to accomplish this feat. These men were armed with box cutters. No jet fighters were scrambled to intercept these planes, although the authorities in charge of such actions knew immediately what was happening. Airport traffic controllers were ordered to destroy all recorded evidence of the event. Some of them physically broke the CDs and scattered the pieces into different trash containers at the airports. Within hours, 3 of the biggest buildings in the city, buildings designed to absorb the impact of the very planes which hit them, all crumbled into their own footprints at the speed of free fall. It was said that the fire, which burned below the melting point of steel, caused this to happen. No fire in history had previously accomplished such a thing, not once. Previous fires had burned hotter and longer, yet no building fell. Now, 3 have fallen in one day. Months later, the wreckage burned white hot beneath the surface and clear cuts and support beams were photographed. A passport from one of the hijackers appears on a city street, undamaged. Cars are discovered at airports with flight training videos and Qurans. Apparently the men who were deeply religious enough to give their lives to attack these buildings thought nothing of leaving their sacred texts behind. Some weeks later, 7 of the alleged hijackers are found to be alive in their native countries. Some days earlier, some of these men were observed drinking and having lap dances in a Florida bar. This sort of behavior is not normal for such men as these. Around the same time, the ringleader of these men and some associates were observed by the FBI boarding a gambling boat belonging to Jack Abramoff. These men were tracked to Las Vegas and watched by the FBI, yet they passed through the airport security checkpoints. Even though 11 of them were stopped and questioned, they still boarded. On the day of the event, several men were observed videotaping the attack as it happened. They were seen to be dancing and celebrating as well. The police stopped and arrested them. They were found to be Mossad agents. Sometime later, they were quietly released and returned to their home country with no reasons given. The men videotaping and celebrating had to have known about the attack in advance in order to have been in a position to film it. Members of the Bin Laden family, the man accused of masterminding the attack, were immediately flown out of the country. Bin Laden denied any connection to this attack. Direct evidence of this exists and no evidence of his admitting his involvement exists. All of of this is fabrication and hearsay. No one can present such information other than one fabricated video that was proven false by the world's leading forensic experts in Switzerland. Many insist it is true, but no one has such evidence. Go look. Show it to me. As a result of this event, major wars have been launched. Over 1 million people have died, with nearly another 5 million displaced. An investigation was launched into the event against the wishes of the president and vice president, and rubber-stamped with pre-dawn conclusions, even though the evidence did not support these conclusions. The wreckage was gathered together and shipped overseas. No one was allowed to investigate it. In every event in New York City, in a Pennsylvania field, at the Pentagon, all of the evidence is contradictory. The amount of evidence on every level that directly refutes what we have been told fills thousands of pages. Meanwhile, the administration and the Congress belligerently oppose any inquiry into the matter. The people in government who have questioned the official story have been fired from their jobs or driven from office by the very party they are a member of. University professors are fired for discussing it. Major websites composed of experts in their fields are ignored and even censured. Casual investigation of who benefited and who engineered actions of global impact based on official 911 findings all lead to the same parties. It is incontrovertibly true that one organization, PNAC, called for an attack on American soil in order to facilitate what followed. Members of this organization held key positions in and around the present administration. Therefore, here is what you must know, given that the official story is patently absurd. Anyone who promotes the official story, who accepts the official story, who oppresses those who doubt the official story, who does not question the official story, is involved or too stupid to pat their head and chew gum at the same time. Any presidential candidate who does not dispute the official story is a traitor to their nation and a tool of those who accomplished this attack. It all comes down to 911. Everything that has happened based on a lie. Everyone in government, in the media, in entertainment, in organized religion, in the public eye, and in the public who accepts and promotes the official story is either a traitor or a tool. Everyone who does not stand forth and speak truth to power is a coward, a liar, and complicit in mass murder. Everyone, everywhere, can be measured according to this litmus test.